frustration, a lot of effort tonight. What's the verdict?
Well, they started very quick with a goal, and I thought they dominated the first 15-20 minutes, but after that I thought we dominated most of the game. We created the chances. Donnarumma made some brilliant saves, and it's only half time. We take a lot of positives from this. We know they are a top team, but credit to the players for the effort that we put on the pitch, that we could have won the game as well.
Were you caught a little bit cold with the goal? It was a 26-pass move. They seem to get through very easily.
Well, we know they keep the possession a lot, and they're really good at that. And obviously they had that chance and they put it back in the net, and obviously that went for them. And that's just football, and we had the chances to score, but we didn't manage to put the goal.
Well, you put the ball in the net just after half-time. The margins were so tight. You didn't have that lift-off moment. You heard the roar of the crowd when Arsenal scored. Just needed that lift-off moment tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, I've not seen the goal back. Well, the disallowed goal from Mikel, but we needed that. I think we needed that lift, and we showed from the 20th, 25th minute from the first half that we can win against any team, and we showed this season that we can win in an away game as well. So we're going to go to Paris next week to win the game. Did
you lose a bit of balance, do you think, with no Thomas Partey? Having looked so good against Real Madrid, just did it affect things not only in midfield but in attack? Well, we know how important Thomas is for us, but luckily enough we have a good depth in midfield and in the team that everybody kind of stepped in, and obviously it was Declan who played as a 6, and I think he showed a great game as well. He was really good on the ball, and I think everyone was really good today. It's make it happen, the Champions League motto. You've seen it. It was there on display tonight. So how do you make it happen next week? Just try to approach the game the same way. I thought we played really well, and we put them in the back foot. We hurt them a lot. I know they created their chances as well, but that's part of football. But we created a lot of chances as well. So just approach the same way, and we know we can win against any team. And of course, it could have been a lot bigger, 1 goal bigger, the PSG margin, but for a great save by yourself in the first half. Yeah, I'm there just for the team, to try and help the team as much as possible. And luckily enough, I managed to save the ball, and I'm just happy with that save. So just let's go next week against Paris, and in Paris, and then let's win the game. Thank you, David. Thank you very much.
The thing that we were saying off air with Jamie is that the plus is that it's not 2-0 for Paris Saint-Germain, because they had some opportunities at the end that would have been debatable or no, because we don't know if it was offside or not. But since they didn't score, we couldn't check if it was offside or not. But for me, I have to say that Paris Saint-Germain in so many ways were a bit more dominant than Arsenal. You could see at the end that they were trying to keep the result. Yes, Donnarumma made a great save on Martinelli in that 1v1. Same, Arsenal had some chances also, would have been debatable again, because it would have gone down to see if it was some offsides or not. But overall, you cannot say that the 1-0 is not deserved. Having saying that, it's still another game. Anything can happen there. But this is a team, like I said to you, that knows how to control their subject, and they did that tonight.
Paris Saint-Germain were far better than Arsenal and deserved to win. But that doesn't mean Arsenal cannot go through. They will need Paris Saint-Germain to drop their level slightly in the second leg, and Arsenal just need to raise their level, and maybe then they meet somewhere in the middle, and then it's about who gets the first goal. If PSG get the first goal in the second leg, it's probably tie over.
Well, Michael, we got a full post-game coming.
Let's go! Hey, let's go!
1 full hour, everybody.
Stick with us, please. Stick with us.
We have the usual. We have
analysis, highlights,
interviews.
Yes, the whole lot.
The whole shebang.
I was going to say that word.
Yes, the whole shebang over on Paramount Plus for a full hour. Please do join us. Thank you for watching on CBS. We'll see you on Paramount Plus.
Manchester City, when they were at their best, their defending is their possession of the football. That's how they defend. And Paris are a bit like that. I think their confidence to play in areas where you go, oh, I wouldn't be doing that. You know, their belief in their own ability to keep the football is mind-blowing at times. I've been so impressed with where this team has grown this year. Yeah. And you can say there's a swagger about them. There's a confidence about them. And they could have put the game to bed. I said unless it's 3 either way, then this game's alive. And they could have, Barcola and
Barcola
and the new striker who came in.
And the striker Gomez.
Yes.
Gomez came in. Those could easily have put Arsenal at the time.
Honourable mention for our colleague Didier Domi, who has backed them all season long. If you're watching Didier, halfway to a final. Second leg is for Wednesday, the 7th of May. We're back on our usual time, 2100 Mecca. And tomorrow night we have the first leg of the other semi-final, Barcelona Inter. Barca flying right now. Everything they touch is turning to gold. On an evening tonight when Paris have gone into North London, silenced a fairly vociferous crowd and won by 1-0. Can't start speculating that it's a dangerous lead, can we? It's a great lead to have.
Yeah, but it's not secure. Because the good thing is now that the away goals doesn't count. So you still have an open game, for me at least. I think that they will feel the same thing, Arsenal. They have to also, because you lost. But 1-0 is not a certainty.
No, but you'd take it, wouldn't you?
No, yeah, you take it.
If you'd said prior to the game,
take it.
You can leave here with that. Brilliant.
It's a
all
nice,
day long. All day long. Ruud's right. It's far from over, Kesey. And, Arsenal are very capable of going to Paris and winning 1-0, winning in penalties or winning 2-0. Yeah. They are capable enough of doing that. The one thing that always worries me about this Arsenal side at the very highest levels is they have great players, they have really good players at the top end, but scoring goals at really important times, like Dembele has done this season for them, Arsenal don't have that. They just don't. And even less so now with Havertz's injury and Jesus injured for such a long time. They just don't have. They have really good players, can play wonderful football, get a few goals, but and when it really matters, have they got that cutting edge? And sometimes I feel at the top level they don't, and that might cost them again in Paris.
Yeah, I mean it's 1-0. If you've played in this competition, you know how 1-0. It's not a massive lead. So I'm sure Paris they're not overly excited. Yes, 1-0 is it's a massive lead, but I think the problem tonight is Arsenal. They just couldn't get the ball off this Paris team. They control the game from the start to finish, and I don't know why Arsenal they started so passively. It's like they gave them this ball here. Just took 4 or 5 Arsenal players out of the game, and we thought that this pass is tooth, but he's just there.
It was an overhit pass, wasn't it? It's a scuffler of a finish, but it kind of all worked out.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
The ball that was played into Dembele, did they work that?
I saw them they did that a lot at Villa Park. When Dembele did that at Villa Park an awful lot, Keys in the first time, got a lot of joy from that. I know what you're saying about them starting passives, John, but I just think that they started so well, Paris, that it didn't matter what Arsenal did in those first 10, 15 minutes. They just couldn't get near them because they were that good.
They were very, very good,
And the goal obviously rocked Arsenal. You lose a goal in the first 2 minutes. It does rock you a little bit, and it did.
But that ball there, you can see that this here for me is a penalty.
This is a penalty.
All day
Still
long.
think that's a pen?
All day long.
Still a penalty.
Okay.
All day long.
So does he.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was there.
Yeah.
He could look. He just holds him. He blocks. He blocks him for shooting a goal.
But Timber doesn't even know where the ball is anymore.
But
he wasn't even looking at the ball, Timber. That's my.
The referee? He had a really good game, I thought, tonight as well.
Yes.
He got most things absolutely spot on.
I think that's the only one he's missed there.
He's
and
right
he was
there,
wide there
But
in front of the
VAR also has a saying in that, and they said the same thing.
No. Yeah.
But we were talking about in the beginning of the game. Midfield of Paris Saint-Germain is so good. It's so good. They're so comfortable at the ball, and it was odd to see an Arsenal who dominates in the Premier League to see them not having a sniff.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they play, it's unbelievable. This
is a great tackle.
Yeah.
That was unbelievably good.
They are so good on the ball, very comfortable on the ball. They pass the ball in tight areas, those three in the midfield. But they're so good on the ball that they control the ball. They know exactly what to do. And they work their socks off. Look at that. an important tackle there.
But they all do, Rude, right?
Yeah.
The main difference in this team is that the front three, they don't just play up the top end of the pitch. They work their socks back, helping full-backs. Even Dembele's probably the only one that they allow not to come back. That is a massive save.
Yeah.
Massive save.
Yeah. And I think he sussed it out. He saw him opening himself. He thought he's gonna, pick that corner, and he anticipated it well. And this was, for me, clear offside.
For all of us, really, and it took forever to sort out.
It took a while. I can understand it because it was
so
a very important,
there, wasn't it?
And an important moment.
So many players.
But you can see it from another angle. I think here, this angle, you can see it really clear. Here,
I think it was.
You see only white.
I think it was just Kvaratskhelia that seems like he's played the Arsenal team on, but still it was an offside. Yeah.
When we saw that, Andy, during the game, you said here, would you have the courage to step out?
Yes, I was thinking about the same thing. Why would you not do that?
If you know what Arsenal are doing, right, they set up, then they run across you. So if you have a sign, and you say, as soon as they start, just go out 2 yards.
Just go out, yes, yeah. It's offside, yeah. It's always offside.
Yeah, I think it was Benitez we did that with.
But you'd have to be...
Was it?
I think somebody, JT, would scream, blue, something. And then we all run out, and it was an offside. But sometimes
just as he's playing it, all go out. The danger is somebody's asleep.
Yeah, it's a bit risky, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, come on, you play against Arsenal, you do only this against Arsenal.
Yeah, of course.
You know that.
Yeah.
And by the way, another great
save. For me, he was absolutely brilliant tonight, Donnarumma. The saves he made, I mean, he's kept this scoreline 1-0.
That is a great save. Do you know that run that we saw Declan Rice make there and play him in? That's the only time we saw him really influence the game at the
Do you
high
think
end
he
of the
missed
pitch.
Partey?
I think they did miss Partey.
But Rice in particular?
Yeah, probably, because he allows him to go. Whereas I think with Odegaard...
Oh, what a chance. Here. Look, this is not easy, but it's still not easy. But he could have done better, you know.
But I'm sure Partey's back next week. Yeah, one game he missed. Well, so that'll make a difference. That will make a difference too.
In midfield, huh?
Yes, and it'll allow Declan Rice to go forward more as well.
It gives him that license to bump forward, isn't it? Yeah. And he likes to do that as well, Declan Rice. I think he understands. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah,
it's just wonderful. I don't know whether he wouldn't have been offside.
Offside, eh?
Yeah, he looked offside. Yeah.
Right back's playing him on, I think. Yeah. But what a chance for.
But still,
Barcola.
make the goal, and then we decide.
Yes,
by the way,
score.
By the way, there's another one coming up now. When Gonzalo Ramos comes in, so both subs had wonderful opportunities. Now he toe pokes this. It was a strange one for me.
Yeah, but I think it was also offside.
No, I don't know.
Which one?
Don't know.
I think so as well. Look at it here.
No, I don't know. I think it's very close. I think
very close. But okay. But then still, he does
finish it and then argue about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, for him, what happens is, he was hoping for some support,
and there
was no support.
Rice, we have to jump to go and press a bit more, because tonight you can see he was just sitting there trying to control. But I think when Partey plays, it gives him that license not only to go and press, also when they have the ball, he's that guy with the legs to drive them forward. I think they missed that tonight. You just said it. There was one time when he did that, and he also almost created some sort of a chance. So I think when Partey comes back in the team, I think this Arsenal side, they are they play much different. Also, Odegaard has more license to be more creative as well. So it's not a done game. This I think Paris knows that, and Arsenal also know that as well.
It's just
ridiculous.
To ease the
You
tension.
asked me something that you have to say. During the World War 40-45, if there was a German spy or whatever, they just ask him, what is the city on the sea called near Den Haag? And it's called Scheveningen.
And if you can't say that, you give yourself away.
You would be dead already. You for sure.
Can you try?
Paris lead by 1-0, a stunning opener. We did say if they replicate what they did against Villa, there'll be trouble. Well, they haven't got two, but they've got one.
I mean, this was taking this right back, and you can count the passes if you want if you're at home. But